Koselig The Cozy Shop in Mina is full of handmade, repurposed items. Make sure you feel really warm and cozy inside. So go ahead and take a look. Hello, I'm at Koselig The Cozy Shop. I had to look it up, friends, Koselig. And with Hope Anderson, the owner. Thanks so much for having us. This is amazing. Tell us about the idea behind Koselig.
Koselig, word named for cozy in Norwegian, but it's so much more. It inspires being out in nature and spending time with other people and just doing things that you enjoy, because in Norway, just like in North Dakota, our winters are long, and it can get kind of depressing and chilly and you can long, all those things. And so in Norway, they do all sorts of things to kind of combat that. And so that's kind of the idea of just living every day in just a way that you're cozy. And so, slippers and fires and warm blankets and all of those things. Hygge is also a Scandinavian word, but it's more of a self-care and spending time reading a book, or Koselig then connecting other people. That is exactly what we're trying to do with our business. So we have about 50 different people that kind of contribute to this business, whether they hand make things or they repurpose, or maybe they even love vintage. So we have some booths that are vintage. We have a lot of handmade items, local for the most part. And so that was the whole idea of Koselig, because it's just connecting others in a cozy way, and that was our goal, is for when people walk in the door that they feel cozy.
I love everything about that. For real. And there's so many fun things to see here. It's really cool how you're a little tiny little community, you know, and bringing people together and bringing people out to support the community. I think it's also really great, shopping local. And you were saying that, you really try to keep things local.
And what's been really fun about that is, because people know that, I get asked all the time, they'll bring something up to the counter and they'll say, who made this? And I can tell them, you know, it's you can't do that at a big box store.
No.
So here somebody brings it up and I can say, so-and-so from wherever made it, and they love that. So yeah, it's just people want connection right now.
And you said that you kind of were a pop-up shop prior. So tell us a little bit about how you came to having a permanent location.
Sure. So we did a pop-up last year. A couple of friends of mine and I did together, and we just really enjoyed it. And it was a good opportunity. And we were lucky enough to have a location that we could just rent for a really short time. And so we literally popped up for about 7 weeks last Christmas, from November 11th until the end of Christmas, basically. I actually was a teacher and resigned teaching this year. Decided that this has been something I've wanted to do pretty much my whole life. And so I decided, let's do it. We found this location and it was just kind of what we were looking for. I told my mom about it and she said, I'm in. And so she helps me all the time. She's my full-time volunteer, I guess you would call her. She doesn't want to get paid. She just loves to do it, and she's really great at decorating and styling. So that's been really fun.
That's wonderful. I love that you're just hanging with your mom, and you're having fun together. So what's in here now? You're saying that soon it's gonna flip to Christmas, and so people that come here can come often because there's a lot of turnaround and change.
It changes all the time. Our booth renters, so we have 11 different booths. They come in basically weekly and bring in new stuff, rearrange things, set stuff up differently. But next week we are going full Christmas mode. So we are gonna have trees everywhere and ornaments and Christmas music and lights and just all the Christmassy things. I don't know how many trees coming in. Lots of trees, lots of just greenery and lights, and yeah, that's gonna be really, really fun. And then we have we're calling it Cozy Christmas at Koselig. A little bit of a tongue twister, but it's gonna be on November 4th, and we're gonna have it all day, and people can just come in. We're gonna have samples of different Pride of Dakota products and some extra vendors in our art space, and it's gonna be a fun day.
Well, talking about your art space, you have a whole area dedicated for art classes and get-togethers in there. Tell us a little bit about how that works.
The art space is called Artistic Abode, and a lady named Chelsea Mickelson is actually in charge of that space, and she is a teacher at Minot Public Schools. And so it's just kind of like a side hustle for her.
I love it.
And she rents it out a little bit here and there to different people, mostly people that she knows who are also artists. And so we've had painting classes, we've had some sewing classes, we've had just different little kind of craft classes. It's kind of going to vary just depending on, you know, what people are interested in wanting to take for classes, but then also the availability of people to teach them.
Koselig is in the lower level of the Coldwell building. And then your hours.
Our address is 219 South Main, and our hours are Wednesday 10 to 4. Thursdays we're open later 11 to 7 so that people can come and shop in the evenings. Friday 10 to 4, and then Saturdays right now 10 to 2, but we will be open 10 to 4 for the holidays.
Very cool. Well, there's a little bit for everybody. You've got some kids stuff, you've got all sorts of things in here. I think it's just, it is, you feel the love when you come down here, which I think is awesome. So thanks so much for having me, Hope, and for sharing all about it. Can't wait to look a little bit closer at everything. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
You can find Koselig The Cozy Shop at 219 South Main Street in Minot. Their phone number is 701-441-1789 or KoseligNordicInspired.com.
Don't forget about that cozy Christmas at Koselig happening November 4th. You can find more information on their Facebook page.